Hello, everybody, and welcome to an invasion block draft here on the channel. Today, we are going to be diving into this classic format from 2001. It's first pack invasion, second pack Planechase, third pack apocalypse. We're going to be getting started, and I'll be talking you through the strategy of drafting these old sets, embracing the history of Magic along the way. Our rare is Obliterate. This card just board sweeper, you kill lands. I don't think it's particularly good though because it's so symmetrical and you kill all the lands, so you can't really come out with an advantage. The card that I'm really looking at is Charging Troll because it's just really tough to deal with. It's got just a 4-mana regenerator that like attacks and blocks. It's just super annoying. Skittish Kavu, not the best. Seashell Cameo. This is actually really good fixing for this set. This set does not have a ton of fixing. I think that Kavu Climber is the second pick out of this pack, but I think Charging Troll is enough better that it's worth taking. One thing to know about this set is that the fixing is terrible, but you have to play 3 colors pretty much. So that's something to be worth noting. Also, packs 1 and 2 are like focused on allied colors pretty heavily, and pack 3 is enemy colors. So you almost always have to play 3 colors for that reason, because in pack 1 and 2 I can get green-white cards, but then in pack 3 it's like green-blue cards, or it's things like that. I think going for a Bant deck is pretty reasonable because in packs 1 and 2 I can get green-white cards and blue-white cards, and in pack 3, actually, I don't exactly know the collation of Apocalypse. I know it's got enemy colors in it because you can play like blue-red and stuff, but it also has like green-blue cards, I think maybe, or green-black cards. I don't think green-black are enemy colors, maybe they are. But let's look at the cards. This card doesn't do anything. Prohibit is a pretty reasonable counter spell. There's Llanowar Knight, which is quite good because black is a lot of the removal. Llanowar Elite's not very good. Cauldron Dance isn't very good. Virus of Yavimaya can do some work. I think it's mostly between Llanowar Knight and Prohibit. I think I'll take the Prohibit because blue is very good in this set. Counterspell pretty good. I've changed my mind. I'm going Llanowar Knight. Oh, it's all coming up me. It's a 4-mana 2/2 lifelinker. Not where I want to be. However, Benalish Trapper is quite nice as a removal option. This card's also really annoying. It just makes him discard a card. Slow card advantage is really where you want to be. You don't really want to be in a creature deck like I'm starting myself off in. But you can, if you get some good creatures, kind of set up a foundation for later. 2-mana 1/2, that can be a 2/3 if you kick it. This isn't great. Pouncing Kav is pretty reasonable as just like a 5-mana 3/3 first strike. Like, that's a good stat line for this format. Frenzied Tilling. Destroy a land, you get a land. Honestly, pretty reasonable. But yeah, we're going to take the Tapper here. This card's really good. If I had biased a little bit more towards blue, maybe I'd take that. But it looks like we're seeing a lot of white cards at least. Sterling Grove. I can get an enchantment or give my enchantment Shroud. This thing can kill enchantments. There's another Prohibit. I'm just going to take the Scorching Lava, I think, over the Rampant Elephant. What's this card? Can't be blocked by blue creatures. I can turn something blue. It's a 3-mana 1/3 flyer. That's not the best. Flying is pretty good in this format, though. So that's worth noting. I think Scorching Lava is just really good. And I am going to be planning on splashing. I am trying to plan for pack 3 because I think pack 3, you really want to be able to play blue-red cards. You can also just play like 4 colors. And I could be like green-white, splashing red, splashing blue, doing all that stuff. I think Prohibit, the reason I didn't like it is because I misread it the first time. You counter something small. I thought the kicked version countered anything, but it doesn't. It doesn't counter like 5 drops. So that's why I'm not really prioritizing that, even though I did talk about it a little bit earlier. But yeah, the way this set is really interesting. So like a card like Alloy Golem is actually pretty good because you just play it as a 6-mana 4/4 black creature, and it just kind of does what you need it to do. What's this card do? So you bounce one creature and say sacrifice the other. That's not very good. They need to have 2 creatures. You can use these lands if you are going to only sacrifice like 1 card of the color. But yeah, the power creep has been insane. Deal 1 damage, draw a card is pretty good too, because there's a lot of small things. I think I'm just going to take this guy though, because it'll always fit into my deck as a top-end threat. Overload. This is a good sideboard card against black decks. This is also good fixing. This card's actually really good. I'm going to take the Sunscape Apprentice. Because just being able to give something +1/+1 at will is really, really scary. Alloy Golem is a fine like backup plan, but I'm just going to do it in the order I drafted them for like signal reading purposes. So this is like a 3-mana 3/2, pretty sizable. Blue-black gold card, pretty good. Preventing some damage to the combat trick. These two cards are pretty good if I recall. This thing doesn't untap. The creature doesn't untap, which is pretty nice. There's also another Sunscape Apprentice where you can give something +1/+1. I'm going to take the Sunscape Apprentice. I think it's just really good for what this deck is trying to do. It is best of 3. So you get to do sideboarding and stuff. Giving creatures +1/+1 is just pretty sizable because they are very small. I think Shackles is reasonable as well as an option. We're going to get the cheap creatures. Oh, we're going to be so good against black decks. Our green-white is very open right here. 4-mana 2/4 is actually pretty reasonable stat. 2-mana 2/1 is pretty reasonable stat too. 3-mana 2/2 that's hard to block is also pretty nice. Yeah, this isn't very good giving a creature trample. But we'll take the Llanowar Knight. Our deck is actually way better curve-wise than a lot of the decks that I draft in this format. Okay, there's Cavalry, there's Skittish Kavu, Twilight's Call. Oh my gosh. Return everything. I'm just going to take Llanowar Cavalry. There's some matchups where I might want a 1/4. There's a lot of blue cards here. Exile 3 cards in the deck. That's funny. The Whip is potentially playable as a sideboard option, but so is the 1/4. Aggressive Urge I like. Potential value on a combat trick. We so far have a very good green-white deck, which I didn't really expect. We'll just take the 1/1. That can be big in the late game. We get the Horned Cheetah. Creatures we control get first strike. If the spell is kicked, it gets +1. I could actually see this being more useful. A 4-mana 2/2 lifelink is not very good. Even by these old set standards. 4-mana 2/2 on the ground is just too small. This is pretty good. But I already have a Scorching Lava. And I'm more of an aggressive deck than a grindy deck anyway. That card could actually be decent fixing. This is also decent potentially. Certain matchups maybe. Giving all my creatures +1/+1 seems okay. I have way more of a focused deck than I anticipated. I will say pack 3 is not going to be particularly good. White-black is a color combination for pack 3. Green-black is a color combination for pack 3. I think white-red isn't. So I might not get very many good cards in pack 3 because of the way that I've set this up. But green-white is just so open right now. I don't want to play the Llanowar Elite. Just 1-mana 1/1. I'm never going to be able to kick it to make it a 9/9. Or 6/6 or whatever it is. But currently I've got 3 good 2-drops, 2 good 1-drops, a 3-drop and a 4-drop. I kind of want to get towards a color that I can use in pack 3. But we'll see what we shall see. Hey, Gapio. So the Steelleaf Paladin, this might wheel, honestly. There's Rith's Grove, which is really good, honestly. I think I'm going to take it. Just getting some red mana for my fixing is huge. Then try to wheel Steelleaf Paladin. There is not a lot of fixing in this set. So you got to snap it up when you see it. Yeah, we can't play this card. It is historically Magic's most expensive converted mana cost card, or I think it might be tied with Imperious Great Worm. Maybe it's not the most expensive anymore, but at the time, it's more expensive than Emrakul, for context. Dromar's Charm is good, but we're not playing that color. We're going to try to wheel Steelleaf Paladin. I have done that before. Aurora Griffin, 4-mana 2/2 flyer is okay. This card's okay sometimes. This card's fine sometimes, if you have enough red and green. Seasoned's actually a very solid card. Rushing River's quite nice. You just get to blow people out. But we're going to take the Rith's Grove. This is white-blue. Lash Knife Barrier seems quite good to me. Samite Pilgrim's insane. What's this card do? Planeswalker's Mischief. Oh my gosh. So you can reveal a card. It goes back to their hand. Okay. Alpha Kavu gives itself, or any Kavu, -1/+1. Lash Knife Barrier just shrinks, makes it so that any creature does 1 less damage. Samite Pilgrim can tap to do something very similar. I might just take Lash Knife Barrier. I think it might be better. Harder to deal with and applies to all their creatures. I'm not sure which one's better there. They're both quite good. These are both incredible. Leaves the battlefield, destroy a white creature. I'm not sure which is better between the Pilgrim and the Lash Knife Barrier. I feel like this is much less vulnerable to pings and stuff. So I'm going to take this. But I'm not sure. Honorable Scout. 2 life for each black or red creature. 4 mana 2/2 flyer. Gain life. Yeah, not really what I want. Stone Kavu could be pretty good, though. It's kind of all my colors. And can hit pretty hard. Also this. There's also Stratodon. 7 mana 5/5 trample is just not very good, though. I think it's between Stone Kavu and Aurora Griffin. I might just take the Griffin. Flying is very good in this set, I have found. And I might wield a Stone Kavu. There's just all these crazy stuff, like counter a target kicked spell. That just can be brutal. This card can just pump a bunch of mana into it in the late game. +3/+1 in black. Like, the card quality is just all over the place. Meteor Crater. Oh, that is not good. You just can't play this card. It's too risky. Draw a card for each black creature your opponents control. This Kavu can't be blocked by blue or black creatures very easily. Destroy an enchantment, draw a card. We're just going to take the Steel Leaf Paladin. Nice top-end card. Really good to have. This is blue, white, black, but yeah. I don't think players like Steel Leaf Paladin, and I think it's actually quite solid. Each player draws 2 cards, then discards 3 cards, then loses 4 life. Okay. You can kill a creature. This card's really good. This card's really good. This card's less good. Counter a spell that targets your creature. We're just going to keep taking Paladins. And then we get, Gerard's Command. +3/+3 on a combat trick for these days is insane. There's also just a really solid 2-drop. I think I'll just take the 2-drop over the flyer, over the combat trick. The combat trick probably won't wheel. It's a very good combat trick. Oh, this is a 3-mana play. Oh, I thought it was a 2-drop. My bad. My bad. I'm going to take the combat trick for sure then. Over the flyer, too. But this is the sort of combat trick that just blows people out. There's no way they play around that. This card is also like 1 mana +3/+3 a lot of the time. I think the untapping is pretty nice as well. Yeah, I'm going to take this and try to wheel Gaia's Might. Ooh. Well, I'm the only Naya player here, it looks like. Blue creatures and black creatures would deal this turn. There's also a Stone Kavu. I might wheel some of those. Exile card to untap it. Add 1 mana of any color. Crazy. Enchant creature has add 1 mana of any color. There's a Griffin. There's a Gaia's Might. There's a Gerard's Command. I'm just going to take Gerard's Command again. 2 mana +3/+3 guaranteed is just great. Gaia's Might is like 1 mana +3/+3. Maybe that's better. But just keep taking those. There's a Griffin. So this deck is looking very strong right now. It's hard to have like a focused aggro deck. I might not even need to splash red, which would be really, really good. Like, it's probably worth it because this card's pretty nutty, I think. I'm honestly not sure if Gerard's Command is better than the 1 mana combat trick. Flying and first strike, eh? Pygmy Kavu as a sideboard option, maybe. Yeah, I don't expect to get anything back here. Destroy an enchantment, draw a card can be okay. Aurora Griffin. Just a little bit of aggression here. Also, I just like that this like untapping is pretty nice too. because you can do some good stuff there. Essentially ambush stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if the 1 mana version would have been better. Okay. Goblin Legionnaire is quite good. So red-white is kind of what you can get in this pack. Fungal Shambler. 7 mana, 6/4. When it deals damage, you draw a card and they discard a card. That's really, really good. Obviously not what I can do because I'm green-white. I could splash like 1 color. I'm going to take Lay of the Land, I think. Help me with my mana. And I'll take it over this guy. And over the Helionaut, which is also very good. But yeah, Lay of the Land is just a nice little way to get my mana set and fixed. Power Stone Minefield. Well, that's really bad. I mean, yeah, for me. This card's good, though. There's also Penumbra Bobcat is a good option. There's a Goblin Legionnaire. I don't know what I'm supposed to take here. I have the Savage Offensive and this guy and the Radiant Kavu, so I kind of want to play red. And I have the Rith's Grove already to help with red. I do like Bobcat. I think I'm going to take it. There's also Dega Disciple, which can give my guys +2/+0. I do have 13 creatures, but just getting more creatures is solid. It's between the Legionnaire and the Bobcat probably, but I'll just take the Bobcat. It's in my base colors too. Guided Passage. I'm just going to take Lay of the Land probably, almost certainly out of this pack. That's super funny. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Legionnaire, Helionaut. I'm just going to keep taking Lay of the Land. My fixing is quite good. I could probably even splash black if I wanted to. Consume Strength is a heck of a card. Like, I could probably splash black and red in this deck and be pretty fine. I don't really want to splash blue. Kavu Howler. I don't have that many Kavus. I think I'm considering Consume Strength or just Urborg Elf. I think I'll just take the Elf. It ramps me to my 4-drops pretty nicely. I need more 2-drops. And if I do want to splash, it's pretty helpful. Standard Bearer is really good. But I'll just take another Elf. Five and a 3/3 that dies into a 3/3. I'll take that. I also like Gladenar. Helionaut's pretty reasonable. But this is a good 5-drop. And now we get to take Consume Strength over Anna Disciple, I think. This card's really, really good, though. It's just the thing is I want my splash cards to be better as top decks. I mean, this will probably be like a top deck thing as well, but Consume Strength, I'm going to splash now. Because I can play 1 Swamp, and then with 1 Swamp, 2 Lay of the Land, 2 Urborg Elves, I can cast that pretty reliably. This is a pretty cool deck. It's one of my better ones. Also, if I could technically use that with this. Penumbra Kavu seems pretty nice. I really like this deck. Really like it. It's got great mana. Dare I say, excellent mana. Where did my Rith's Grove they go? There it is. I'm going to actually have to make some cuts. This would be another splash. When it deals damage, I can deal extra damage. Control red or green. If I control red and green, it's a card advantage. Zombie creatures get an additional +2/+2. I don't really have any zombies. I guess I could take Angel Fire Crusader. Green and blue. I guess I'll take this in case I play a green-blue deck. Squeeze Embrace. Yeah, there's too much bounce for me to want Squeeze Embrace. Orum's Thunder is good sideboard material. Actually, this card's pretty good as well, I think. Especially with my Black Splash. Oh, we wheeled this guy? Oh, and there's also the Kavu. 6 mana 4/4 is pretty big, but I don't have many Kavus to find. I think I only have 2 Kavus. So I'll just take the Disciple. Actually, 6 mana 4/5 is just huge. I'll just take it. If I control a green or white permanent, target player loses life. Oh, this is actually pretty good, I think. Kavu Howler is just a huge creature. So this deck, I think I'll play 17 lands plus the 2 Lay of the Lands. I think I'm actually going to play the Necra Sanctuary. That card seems like it's going to be an absolute beating, potentially. Because I just need to play my like Llanowar Knight and this thing, and it's just dealing 3 damage to them every turn. So 31 cards. I need to make a few cuts here. I really like getting this Dega Disciple. I think that's really going to be good for me. Sunscape Apprentice is great. Sunscape Apprentice is great. My Red Splash, I think, is worth it for this card. Savage Offensive honestly seems good too. Giving all my creatures first strike and +1/+1. And then I think I probably cut some of these Aurora Griffins and the Angel Fire Crusader potentially. Angel Fire in particular, I'm not planning on having overwhelming amounts of red mana to dump into it. I have a decent number of elves. 4 mana 2/2 that drew me a card would be pretty good. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a human. 5, 6. That's a human. That's a human. But honestly, Sylvan Messenger is probably pretty good. I'm going to cut the Llanowar Cavalry. So I'm splashing black off of a single swamp. I think that's fine. I'm probably splashing red off of a single mountain. I think I can probably cut Savage Offensive because I just have so many creatures that do the little pumps. So I'm splashing black for 2 cards and splashing red for 2 cards off of a single mountain and a single swamp. Plus these guys, plus my Urborg Elves help with this, which is why I'm okay playing a single swamp. And then I can play a single mountain, a single swamp, and then 7/7 probably. Let's just sort by color just to get a general sense before I finish up cuts and stuff. Yeah, so most 7/7 seems okay to me. So that'll be my mana base. I do like Aurora Griffins with the ability to like pump them. I'm just not sure they're worth playing because they're just small. The Steel Leaf Paladins I think are just huge and kind of nice against a lot of stuff. Gerard's Command seems good to me. Let's just sort group creatures separately here for now. I actually have so many playables and stuff to do. Okay, Aggressive Urge is nice. So I have a good number of combat tricks here. A little bit of removal, a little bit of reach. So if I'm playing 17 lands, I guess I could play 16 because of Lay of Land, but I don't really want to cut on lands. I have a lot of relatively expensive things to do with my mana, and a lot of mana sinks from these guys. So this is 25, so I have to make 2 more cuts. I'm not cutting any of my 2 drops, any of my 1 drops, my 3 drops, my 4 drops. I also do have 2 mana dorks. I probably could cut a land. Yeah, I'll play 16 lands. I'll play 16 lands. So I only need to make 1 more cut. This is 16 creatures. Is red even worth splashing in this deck? Sure, I get Scorching Lava. Red also gives this guy some value. Okay, yeah. Giving creature +1/+1 seems good. Just being able to mess with combat with these guys seems really good. I like all of my creatures. This can find 1 Kavu, 2 Kavus, so I could potentially get an extra card advantage out of it. Sylvan Messenger does well. I like the Paladins. They just have nice upside, and I can bounce something cheap. I'm leaning towards cutting a Gerard's command and then being open to siding that in. I think Necra Sanctuary could do really good work. I really want to try that out. That's a pretty good combat trick. Aggressive Urge could also be the one to go. That seems harder to make work. Okay. This is 24. And then 16 lands because I have 2 Lay of the Lands and 2 Elves. 7, 6, 1, 1 is exactly how I was going to do it. 13, 14, 15. 16. Oh, I need to add 1 more land in? No, I didn't. Okay, combine groups. Let's see how this looks. So 16 lands with 2 Lay of the Lands and 2 Urborg Elves. But I do have a lot of top end. But yeah, the 2 Lay of the Lands will help. The Gerard's commands, honestly, are maybe cards I could cut, but they seem pretty good to me. My curve is pretty awesome. I can like Sylvan Messenger then to get a Steel Leaf Paladin, then bounce the Sylvan Messenger. Yeah, I could honestly see cutting a Dega Disciple. It's kind of hard to use, or a Sunscape Apprentice in favor of running an extra land. Or even Aggressive Urge. But we're going to run it like this for now, and then we'll make changes as we figure out the deck more closely. Is this guy worth playing? Yeah, definitely. See you folks next in the games. Hey there! Before I get to the games, I want to shout out the NicolaiBolas Patreon, a place to go if you are enjoying my videos and would like to contribute monetarily. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas is the place to go. You'll gain access to some cool rewards like my card-by-card tier list for each set, and also drafts with me when I do those for each set, and things of that nature. So there are cool perks that you get as a patron, but it also just helps me run the channel successfully and smoothly. The funds help me upgrade my microphones and things of that nature, and also just dedicate the time and effort needed to make high quality content on a consistent basis. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below, and I do want to give a special shout out to those who support at the credits level. I really do appreciate it. Without further ado though, let's get to the epic matches. Welcome to round number 1. I hit my mic as I was saying welcome. This is a mulligan. If I had a forest, I could keep this, but yep. And then I will keep this and pray, I guess. This is bad. I was thinking about cutting my red splash, and I think I'm going to. Because the problem I have is that my deck doesn't really need the red splash because I have plenty of playables, and I think it just makes my mana needlessly worse. Sure. Here I am just going to go get a plains. That is one of the benefits of Lay of the Land, is it can help me get plains if I do need it. I guess I could have waited until next turn to see if I just naturally drew a plains. Yep, we'll just play our Trapper. Penumbra Bobcat's really good. So is Penumbra Kavu, though. We're not taking too much damage. We'll get to see if Dega Disciple's any good. I'm honestly not sure if I want the red splash because I don't think Dega Disciple and the 2 cards I gain are worth it. Okay, cool. They get some good fixing too. Oh, I'm super screwed by that card. Oh, that is bad. Okay, well. If only I had a second planes, I could really bait them into attacking me. They would never attack me with this. That card never needs to attack. One of the reasons to play red is because then I can kill this card more easily, but I can always just sideboard into that. Oh, I'm in trouble. That's a huge draw. I'm just going to play the Kavu for now, because it'll save me some damage here. And then next turn I can play the Lash Knife Barrier, which shuts down the Razorfin Hunter from pinging my guys. And then I can start tapping their Living Airship. I'm in okay shape. Lash Knife Barrier is exactly the card I needed to counter the Razorfin Hunter. Might as well block this guy. They do have a combat trick. I'll still have a 3/3. Oh, that's what they have. Okay, sure. I don't want to take too much damage here. And I still have a 3/3 lying around. Huge. I'll play the Sunscape Apprentice now. I could have just tapped their guy with my Beneless Trapper, but for now I will sit back on that. Yeah, I would feel so much better if I didn't have to worry about a red splash right now. Honestly, in this matchup, I might keep the red splash in, because being able to kill Razorfin Hunter with my red burn is important. But this is honestly going to be pretty brutal. I'm just going to slowly grind them out. Sure, they get to ping me every turn, but their Bobcat doesn't get to do anything. Okay, a potential flyer. That's bad for me. Oh, they have Hunting Drake in their deck? That's not good. And Prohibit. Okay. Hmm. I wish I had been able to get a black source with my Lay of the Land instead of needing a white source. It is making things harder on me. Oh, I messed that up. I forgot to use my guy. That's bad. That is bad. I took 2 damage I did not need to take. That's probably going to cost me the game, honestly. Black mana. So if I hit them for 6 this turn, no, I can't hit them for 6. If only I tapped their guy properly. Mm. Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a draw. I just need to survive 1 turn, but I don't think I can. Oh, that's so brutal. If I had a second red source, that would be incredible here. If I hadn't taken that 2 damage. I can kill them this turn if they don't block my Kavu token. But they're going to block my Kavu token. We're just going to go for it, though. I'm actually not dead because I can tap, untap, tap again. Hmm. Those pings are really not good for me. Yep, that's game. Okay. That was really unfortunate, I think. My mana got really messed up. I had to mulligan, and then I had to keep a sketchy hand. I'm definitely going to keep in the red for this matchup. Protection from green and blue, not really what I want. They don't have a lot of black creatures. I kind of want to bring these Griffins and the Aggressive Urge. I'm going to cut Steel Leaf Paladin, Sylvan Messenger, Steel Leaf Paladin. Keep my deck low to the ground. And then I'm going to cut the Dega Disciple. Because I think my creatures are already naturally much bigger than theirs because they have a bunch of tiny flyers. Oh my gosh, I'm just getting so punished by my garbage mana here. The mulligan again. That hand was so good if I had just a basic forest in it. But again, it's just a one-lander. One-landers tend not to be very good, but that's why you can't really use Lay of the Land as a mana source in these builds. Okay. We'll do our best. Turn 3 Radiant Kavuk should be pretty solid. Having to cast it with a Rith's Grove. Not the best, but we'll do what we shall have to do. But a 3/3 on turn 3 is pretty reasonable. And I'm going to be hitting my land drops. They have all their colors, of course they do. No big deal. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they miss land drops or something. Knowing they have repulse is going to make me play this aggressive urge a little bit differently. Okay, they dug for a land. They didn't have one, though. Do I make the mana efficient play? I think so. Because then I can Radiant Kavu plus aggressive urge. I guess if I had done the other way, I could have Aurora Griffined plus held up this guy. I'm just trying to pressure them as much as possible while I can. And flyers tend to be good when you have like tricks to back it up like I do. They are also lacking red mana. Maybe the red splash is okay for me. 4 colors is just incredibly risky. It lowers the deck's consistency a lot. Like, I think their life total is what really matters here. Protection from red, sure. And they use their repulse. I doubt they ever have like duplicates of a card, especially one as good as repulse. Okay, they tap my guy, sure. They're trying to aggro me out. Sure. There's no way they can race me in the long run here. I can just prevent the damage their guys do. So I spent 3 mana, prevent all their damage. I'm actually just going to play this. Threaten lethal next turn. They also can't attack because I can pump this up. They concede. Okay, having the extra flyers felt really good. They have a lot of 2/1s and stuff. So do I have any 3/3s? I'm glad I cut these guys. Like a 2/3 would be pretty good here, I think. The 1/4 honestly looks pretty appealing. Ooh, I do have a 2/3. I'm glad I cut the Dega Disciple. I think that card's just too much of a liability on the splash. Not sure how good Necro Sanctuary is here. Just doesn't feel like a board stally kind of matchup. But maybe I've just been on the wrong end of it. I'm going to bring in this guy for 1 Griffin on the draw. Just because it's a better blocker. Now this is a hand I can get behind. Because I can actually get red mana with Lay of the Land. This is my first hand I keep my 7. Definitely going to just fetch up a mountain here. They're opting. If they find their Razorfin guy, I get to just snipe it with my Scorching Lava, which is really nice here. I pretty much want to just save my Scorching Lava because I don't really care about that guy. I'll use Bobcat to deal with that guy. Play the Bobcat. I'm saving my Scorching Lava. Pretty reasonable trade for me. Whoa. Whoa. What the? They have some terrifying cards they just ditched. Hunting Drake remains insane against me. I'll just take 2 from their Bobcat if they attack me with it again. They're missing red mana. So I'm still not going to use my Scorching Lava because they haven't had the opportunity to cast their Pinger. Okay. Oh, so they do have some Merfolk. Okay. I will attack with my Bobcat. I mean, my cat token. And then I'll get my Kavu down. And if this works, then I will next turn have a lot of options. I can play Griffin in one of my 2-drops. No, Repulse. Sure. Repulse is pretty dang annoying.
I'm gonna walk down and see a little bit.
Okay, see you later, Dad.
You have the track.
Oh, cool.
See ya.
See ya. Mm-hmm. Play the Kavu again. Just pass. Maybe the attack with the cat token was a bit bold. I took 2 more damage than I needed to. Okay, that's a defender. That's fine. I have a flyer that I can get past that with. I can also use Consume Strength eventually to kill it. I do have only 2 black sources kind of in the deck right now. But I also have... Okay, sure, they replay that guy. They do hit a Merfolk finally. So I know one of the cards in their hand. This is can gain flying. Just going to play my 4/5 right now. So this card would have been good. This card also would have been pretty good. This is the card I'm hoping to get my black splash with. So I have one of those left. And I have a swamp and a Lay of the Land. I'm not going to trade 2 damage for 1 damage right now. That might be a bit greedy, but I have this Gerard's Command and a Scorching Lava. Yeah. Okay, they have the Galena's Knight. I've kind of got the ground set. They kind of have the ground set with their guy. I have pretty good setup here. That's a huge draw. I'm worried about Prohibit, to be honest. Have I seen Prohibit? No. So it's not one of those cards. I'm just going to do that. And then I'll save the Lash Knife Barrier for a second. Sure. I'm going to go for this. They already used their repulse. And this is if they do have prohibit. Counter a spell that targets a creature. Wow. And they draw a card. That's pretty good. Nice little 2-for-1. Huge. Swamp. I also shuffle back in those little 1-drops. Play Swamp. Play Lash Knife Barrier. This is Prohibit can't be up and out for this, which is great. Another copy is huge. Attack with this guy. I have to get through their jungle barrier somehow. +2/+2. -2/-2. Huge. Their 2/6 is down. As long as they don't kill me this turn, I'm going to be in good shape. But they only have 8 power in play, so they can't really kill me this turn. And I still have Scorching Lava if they do ever draw red mana for their pinger. And they don't have good attacks. Huge. That's a nice draw too. Just another blocker. Two damage to any target. So with these attacks going through, I can threaten lethal for next turn. Yeah, that's not going to work the way they want it to. They're only going to deal 3 damage to my guy. Boom! Yes! Huge win. I'm so happy we got there. Let's go. Let's see if we want to make changes to our deck. I think we do. In a lot of matchups, just a smoother mana base is going to be good for us. The Griffins also proved their worth there. Because if we cut this card and the Kavu, even though the Kavu is really, really good, and the Dagger Disciple, we just get 3 extra slots for like good cards. Like it's not like we're playing jank in the 3 slots. So we can cut the Mountain. We can cut the Rith's Grove. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want 9 green sources. 8, 9. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes. I'm just going to add an extra planes. So then I have 7 planes, 9 green sources. So that's 17 lands plus 2 Lay of the Lands. I have plenty to spend my mana on, though. And now I get to add Aggressive Urge and an Aurora Griffin. And that seems pretty reasonable to me. Yeah. And then we can always add in the Red Splash. I definitely, even if I did bring back the Red Splash, I wouldn't splash the Dagger Disciple, I don't think. I would just splash these 2 cards. But my black splash is way more consistent. Maybe I just want to cut one of these and add in another Griffin. That seems better, yeah. Because I do still have 2 Lay of the Lands and 2 Urborg Elves I don't want to flood out. But yeah, this seems way better. Cool. So I have 1, 2. Okay, let's just sort by color just to double check. Yeah, we're very heavy green. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white sources, and a swamp. That seems good to me. I'll see you folks in the next round. Welcome to round 2. Now with our new and improved deck. I probably should have chosen to be on the draw. I'm going to mulligan this hand. Though my deck maybe is the exception. Okay, we'll keep this. Ditch the forest. Like a lot of decks in this format want to be on the draw. Because they're slow, grindy decks. My deck is probably pretty good on the play. I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to use my Gerard's command just to kill their 1/1. Oh, that's a huge draw. This card's going to be really good here. Charging Troll is incredible. I might even have to be supposed to wait until I can just hold up the regenerate on it. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to wait one turn here. Because if they can't kill it, I'm just going to win the game. Though they can use the Tundra Kavu. So I kind of have to do it like this. My play was so greedy and bad. That was not what I was supposed to do. I really do want to get this Kavu off the board, though, because they could turn my untapped green source into a plains and then kill my charging troll, which I did not want. I think waiting was smart. There's plenty of deal 3 effects in red and stuff. And I'm dealing 3 to them every turn, plus this thing having vigilance. It's going to be really hard for them to win. Man, the Necro Sanctuary. What a wheel. And the Llanowar Knight is a nice backup, too. It's also protection from black, so this thing can't even block it. And it's another green-white creature for this guy. No! That gets around regenerate, doesn't it? If only I had blue mana. That's an ouch. That is a sad moment. One of the few good answers for it. I'll know they have that for next time, though. Okay. Oh, okay. I can't target it with consume strength. That's good to know. See how much mana they pump into it. Taking 8 doesn't seem particularly good to me. This Necro Sanctuary is just dinging them for so much. Yes. So we now know they have this card. Exile target attacker. They don't have any like must kill threats. So I don't need my red splash. Even though they do have some blue cards, I mean some black cards that I could like turn off with Radiant Kavu. This might be good. They have that little guy. Flying seems good against them. I say flying seems good against them, and then I immediately cut a flyer. That's how it goes. I try to keep it PG. That seems fine. For order, we'll keep this. See, it's so much smoother when I only have one color to worry about with lay of the land. Order saying, get away from here. Just, yeah. Ooh, the Pygmy Kavu. We'll see how it does. I don't know if it's any good, but... We're on the aggro plan. No! They terminated my guy. You've been terminated. At least they don't get to use it to blow up my Gerard's command. Oh, that card's annoying. I'm just going to hold up my guy, try to wreck him. As one does. I'll just kill their Kavu while I kind of have the chance. Relatively easy opportunity to do that. If they did have another burn spell, they would lose their morning, which is nice. Sylvan Messenger. Give me the elves. Heck yes. Charging Troll will get shuffled back in, never fear. If I give a creature negative attack, just become a healer and give toughness back to the opponents. That would make things way too confusing. Oh, gosh. Fire Screamer. We'll use this to get a swamp. Play the swamp. Play the Urborg Elf. And then we wait. Oh, that card's annoying. Hmm. I'm going to play the Pygmy Kavu. Then I'll probably bounce it back with my Steel Leaf Paladin at some point. Oh, we missed on lands. Ouch. We will consume strength to kill the Volcano Imp, I assume. I'm at 20, though, and they have 2 cards in hand, and I have 5 really good ones. I thought I was going to hit a land so I could play the Lash Knife Barrier. Sure. They don't know I have the second one, though. I have some good stuff to bring back. I'm going to bounce the Pygmy Kavu. It's another draw, too. So they have Mourning in their hand. Not that it does much here. Okay, that's pretty good. They're probably going to want to trade off their Fire Screamer now. No? Huh. So one of their last cards is Mourning. So we'll draw 2, look for a land still. Nice, we hit with land. And then we can play an Urborg Elf. Yeah, that seems good. Just continuing to keep myself in a good position. They have 2 cards. One of them's Mourning, which doesn't do anything. I could have played Lay of the Land there as well to get on their planes. I kind of like holding up Sunscape Apprentice more, though. Also, I'm going to consume Strength on this guy very soon. I don't want to keep taking 2 for no reason. Sure. Just going to go get a planes now. Play the Troll. No real attacks here. Yeah, I'll just pass again. I'm still taking 2 a turn. It's not the end of the world, though. They're maybe going to bounce their Mourning. Destroy an enchantment. Target player discards 2 cards. Okay. I'm glad I didn't play the Lash Knife Barrier. I'll get rid of Gerard's Command and Kavu Howler. I just want to get rid of that guy once and for all. My Vigilance guy can finally attack. Now my guy can attack again. Creatures can't block this turn. Oh, am I dead? They hit me for 7? Do they have 2 copies of that card? Am I just... No, they don't have it. That's the card they have, duh. This guy can draw me another card. Unless they draw that exact card again to make it so my guys can't block, I'm going to win this next turn, I think. A big attack coming up. Ouch. Not cool, amigo. Luckily, I still have access to black mana. Sure. That was a good draw for them. I don't think it'll matter, though. I'll get my card draw in. Force some chump blocking. Two, three, four, five. They have a second copy of that card. I am dead still. I should have attacked with my two Urborg Elves, maybe. Maybe that would have been good enough. Nice. Got the win. See you folks in the final round. Let's get the trophy if we can. Welcome to the final round. We're 2-0. Let's try to get that trophy. We have a keepable hand. 1 mana, plus aggressive urge. I'm really happy that I'm not playing the red version because this just makes me way more confident that I'll get to black mana eventually. I have my 2 Lay of the Lands, my Swamp, and then my 2 Urborg guys to help me get to black mana. My opponent, I'm not sure if it's correct to be on the play in this format because you do need to like kind of draw to get your mana under you and stuff. And the games have not been like quick. Even my deck, which is more proactive, doesn't really mind being on the draw. They have a Geothermal Crevice. Kyrian Explorer. That's a good draw. I'll do this. Because if they block, it's really good for me. And it's not that bad for me to go. Because they're not going to attack into me, so I'm not using the mana anyway. Trading 1 damage for 1 damage is not the worst here. They're probably going to tap that guy for mana anyway. Yeah. Sylvan Messenger, okay. So they do not hit. Oh my gosh. Maybe they were in my draft pod. They got the Fungal Shambler. My gosh. That is a crazy card. They also have a Hunting Drake. Come on. Hunting Drake is so good. This is going to be a tough matchup. We're ready. Their deck is good so far. They've only played All-Stars. My deck is also good. Fungal Shambler. Hunting Drake. Gosh. I'm probably just going to play the Aurora Griffin here. Loafing Giant. Kind of want to just get this Steel Leaf Paladin down as soon as possible. Let's just hope this thing whiffs. Because it is pretty big. They did mill a land, so it won't do any damage. A card that just doesn't do damage half the time is not very good. Just bounce my cheaper card. Okay, they have good mana now. How did they cast the giant? Oh, this taps for red, right. Okay, they have a flyer. I have a flyer too, though, that's coming up. Okay, they're a canny foe. Okay, I'm in good shape here. My Lash Knife battle thing is super good. Protection from Kavu? However, how dare you? Okay, so they only have one spell left in hand. I have some really good cards. I'm going to start hitting them with my flyer. It's sometimes hard to use the Consume Strength in the way that gets you a 2-for-1. Just using it as a kill spell and pushing some extra damage is pretty good a lot of the time. Sure. I'm in really good shape here. I've got the ground. I've got my flyer. Flyers are really good. I'm going to start using my Sunscape Apprentice because that does put them on a 5-turn clock. Hello there. I have a lot of elves, so I could hit something. Heck yes. Good find. It's a pretty nice defensive ability, but I'm also just happy to use my aggressive urge potentially. They have a lot of elves too. Oh, that's bad for me. So they have a 50-50 of killing my guy. Cheap card, cheap card, cheap card. Okay, 50-50. Oh, they hit it. Dang it. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh no, I should not have bounced my 4-drop. Because now they can kill my Steel Leaf Paladins. Oh, that was super bad. Oh, that was such a mistake. Guaranteed kill. Oh no. It was an error. Airship, okay. This is bad. This is very, very bad. I should have done this differently. Oh no, the Planeswalker Scorn is going to destroy me. They're just going to double activate it every turn and start taking out my guys. Oh no. They don't know what's in my hand. So they killed my little guy. I need to get rid of my cards in hand. I would love to draw a land this turn. Planeswalker Scorn. Just absolutely eviscerating me right now because of my misplay. Should not have bounced this thing. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, we're finally empty-handed, which is a big game. And then I can start attacking with all of my big guys every turn. I can't attack with my Kavu because they have a pro Kavu guy. Death Bomb. No. That's bad. Now that I have a blocker, though, I can attack with my 2 Steel Leaf Champions every turn. I probably should have been attacking with them before. I was focused on emptying my hand, though. My opponent could have done some major damage. Okay. Well, that's a great draw. I think I might even have lethal next turn. So they're at 8. They're going to go down to 5. I'm on a 3-turn clock. Because they're only doing 4 to me a turn. I should have definitely been attacking with my 2 first strikers a little bit sooner. Yes! They concede. I think they're dead on this crackback. I attack with everything. They go chump, chump, block 2, block 4. They take 2, 4. I guess they block this guy too. So they block, block, block. Those 3 chump block this guy. They take 2, 4, 6, 9. Yep. Huge. That's a huge win. Okay. I'm definitely bringing in a sideboard card for enchantments. Because I know I have a good one. Aura Blast. Destroy an enchantment, draw a card. That's coming in for sure. Flying seems very relevant. I can destroy an artifact or enchantment. That seems a little bit harder to justify. Protection from green and blue could be okay. Tranquil Path also destroys all enchantments and draws me a card. And I can just cast it regardless. It kills my own thing too, which I don't really like, so I'm not going to play that. Okay, Pygmy Kavu. They have a bunch of green creatures, honestly, just like a bunch of 2/2s and stuff. And then they've got some flyers. I am tempted by another Aura Griffin. But they also have like a 2/3. I think the 2 Aura Griffins are going to stay. Because they can block if I have like a banner out or one of my Sunscape guys. What do I cut, though, is the question. Kavu Howler's pretty bad against their Pro Kavu's card. I'm just going to cut that. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe I'm supposed to just cut, like, Urborg Elf or something. I don't really want to cut my colored sources, though. Well, this is a good hand. Also, cutting the Kavu makes it less likely that I'll get cards stuck in my hand. It's a pretty good card, 6 mana, 4/5. Got all my colors off the bat. I could shave a land if I'm going to be on the draw. Yeah, this is definitely in another era. This is absolutely wild. Opponent making their mulligan choice. They've kept, but they mulligan to 6. Meanwhile, me with my fully functional 7. In good shape. I've got 2-drop into 3-drop. My cards are just high quality in this deck. Oh my gosh, that game was so stressful. I had like punted it super badly. Yeah, shaving my 6-drop might have been bad. Oh, they have no 3rd land. But you know what they say, Mana Flood beats Mana Screw. No, Mana Screw beats Mana Flood. Whoops. I guess I don't know what they say. I'm hitting them for 3 a turn. That's not enough, though. I need to draw another spell coming up here. If they have to discard to hand size, that could help me push through. Yes, this was the first set to push 3 color themes. For sure. I tried to figure out... Oh, they just concede! Our hand was garbage, but we got the trophy. I'm so happy. Mastering the set from the format from 2001. This is a high point for me. Really happy. Let's look at the deck one more time. Winning the match. Winning the trophy. That was some intense gameplay. This format has given a lot of intense gameplay in like almost all the matches. They felt close. But this was one of my the decks that I felt really happy with. Let's just look at some of the cards, talk about it. First of all, switching to the 3 colors felt way more consistent. In the first match, having the Radiant Kavu was pretty nice, but we also like struggled to find our colors, and it was kind of a tough one overall. I think the red splash was probably like ill-advised. The black mana, we just had the Urborg Elf, the Lay of the Land, and the Swamp, so we just had like 5 black sources, which was really excellent, and it was a ton of like just really good. The Steel Leaf Paladins, pretty good at the top end. Them being elves was relevant for the Sylvan Messenger, which was actually quite good. We wheeled this card, and it did a lot of work in our deck. Kavu Howler was big. Penumbra Kavu was nice. The Aurora Griffins really overperformed. 4 mana 2/2 flyers are just pretty solid in this set because flying is very good. Charging Troll just feels like unreal. This card would just be good in normal limited, I think, like the modern day limited. Necra Sanctuary, just dealing 3 to them a turn, like almost uninteractable because we have so many green, white, gold cards was really cool. The Bobcat, just rock solid. Consume Strength, you usually just use it to kill something, but pretty good too. Lash Knife Barrier, just fantastic, just makes things really hard on them. The Tapper was nice, or the Trapper as it's known. Aggressive Urge was nice, even though I don't think we cast Aggressive Urge really, but I think the card's solid. The Elf was good. The Gerard's commands were pretty solid. I don't know if Gerard's command ended up actually being better than just the 1 mana, like +1 plus. It would be 1 mana pretty much always +2/+2, sometimes +3/+3. That card might just be better than Gerard's command, but I wanted to try this. I thought the untapping could be relevant. I don't think we ever ambushed something though. Llanowar Knight, just solid, really good with the Necro Sanctuary. I think we wheeled this too. Like I wasn't paying attention when I first saw it. Lay of the Land was excellent, really high priority to get that fixing, and then Sunscape Apprentice was pretty annoying for opponents as well. We also had like some sideboard stuff, but overall this was a ton of fun. I hope you learned a little bit about what old time Magic was like. I hope you had fun watching the old cards in action, and if you did make it all the way till the end of this video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the video for more draft content. Let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like to see more videos like this, these flashback draft formats. I love playing them, and I hope you enjoy watching them. And if you made it all the way till the end of the video, in the comments section down below, leave hashtag IPA Master, because this format is referred to IPA as IPA Invasion Planechase Apocalypse. So leave hashtag IPA Master in the comment section down below, because we got a near perfect run in the format with a really sweet deck. Yeah, you can also leave in hashtag Invasion Block Master if you would rather, if you don't want to say IPA for some reason, like the Indian Pale Ale stole all of its knowledge from Invasion Block Draft, but it is called IPA Draft. So yeah, ton of fun. If you want to catch the stream live, you can find that at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. If you would like to support my content on Patreon, that's linked in the description down below. All that good stuff. You can also find more Invasion Block Drafts, IPA Drafts on the channel. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.